Forestgarage. This is probably the worst way I can start off this channel, but I'm gonna do it anyways. You've probably seen I posted 2 other videos on this channel. They were trying to get it started, but this is really gonna get it started. I'm gonna have to fix this because I gotta get this ready for I think January, February is when the first drift practices of this year in Victoria, BC, Canada. So about a week ago, this car was perfect, almost. There's a couple rough spots in the rear, but it was doing pretty good. Recently snowed. I was trying to get home from school after it snowed, and the roads were way slippier than I expected, and this happened. So I'm gonna fix it, I'm gonna film it, and then I'm just gonna keep making videos after that, if I can, possibly. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Now I just gotta get started on fixing all this. Yay. Okay, so now the hood's up. Yeah, this is caused from a tree. And this is all the damage that it sustained. Both tubs and sidewalls seem to be perfectly fine. That'll focus. It's just the main core support that was pushed in, along with the crash bar and all that. The rad was pushed in, and the fan pushed through the shroud. That'll focus. No, it's not gonna focus. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm just gonna get a new core support, put that in, and replace everything else that's been damaged. As of right now, I don't think it's too bad, but that might get worse as I dig into it. But yeah, I'm just gonna start taking off what I need to take off to see what I can find out damage-wise, and then I'll be going to get new parts from a wrecker. So yeah, that's how it's gonna start off. Okay, so this is probably just going to be in the same video, but I kind of skipped over some stuff, just because, like, different timing was bad. Like, I didn't want to film at night when I was working on it sometimes, and just, like, some stuff was just so little that I didn't want to film, like, a 2-minute thing. So, yeah, I skipped a little bit, but I'll start off from here, I guess. So, yeah, I'll do a quick walk around of what I've done to the car and so far, and then I guess we'll just continue right back here. So yeah. Okay, so this is what I've done so far. The last video I have, the headlights were on and the fenders were on, and it was a different hood, a crumpled hood. Yeah, so right now, got the fenders off, headlights off, right there. And then we did straighten out the core support a little bit. Oh, I've also taken out the radiator and the the fan shroud and all that, and other random junk in there. So we straightened this out a bit. It's still like messed. Like down here is just like, yeah, it's not happy. So I went to Nissan and just picked up a brand new core support. So that should be fun to put in. Yeah, so the hood off this car is now on this car, and the hood off this car is, yeah, back there and crunched. Yeah, so that's what I've done here I've taken the wheels off just because I got new tires. So here's my parts hoard. So I got brand new tires. I can't remember what they are. They're Maxtrix InGens, I think that's what they're called. Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna focus there. Focus. Yeah, InGens A1s. It's a 195 55 15s. The rears are just random tires that are still on there when I bought the rims. Then I have the new bumper. Yes, it's purple. I know it'll be painted. I don't know if it'll be painted before or after on the car, but it will be getting painted. Still have the pig nose lip that I'll be putting on this bumper. I have a new crash bar under there. New tension rod bracket. Because the one off the car down here, it's just, it got like pushed up with everything, so I'm just gonna play it safe and just put a new one in. Yeah, that's pretty much for the front of the car. Yeah. So if I go around back, I got new taillights. Yes, the rust on the hatch. I know I took the wing off over there. I'm gonna be patching all this properly and repainting it. But yeah, it's pretty bad right now. So there's the new tails. Picked those up used, and they are in like amazing condition, and they're super cheap, so I thought I'd get them. There's my exhaust. Yeah, that's pretty much all I've done on the exterior. And then if we go inside, I haven't added, I don't think, anything but the wheel I've added, and it was cheap and it fit, so I picked it up. It's not the best wheel, but does the job. There's the seats. So yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at right now. So next part is to drill out all these spot welds right here and all the way down and around until the whole thing comes off. And then I'm just gonna replace it with the new one. And then I can put everything back together. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. Okay, so now that you've seen everything that I've done, my main focus right now is just trying to get this whole core support off. And one of the first things that needs to be done to get this off is I need to drill out all the spot welds. So first, I have spot weld drill, and I have this, which I'm going to start with, is center punch. So I have to go around and center punch all the spot welds, so when I'm using the bit, it's not going to start walking around on me. It'll stay centered on the spot weld. Yeah, so I'm going to punch out all of them, and then probably start drilling them. And if I can get this off today, I can quickly throw a rad in it and start it, as it started in like 2 months. So yeah, let's see how far we get today. Also, if you guys are working outside, I would highly recommend getting like a rug or a carpet or something like this, because it's so comfy and it doesn't get, like, if you leave it outside it gets wet, but like it's dry compared to the rest of the ground. So yeah. Okay, so that's pretty much all the spot welds I can find. I don't know how much I'll end up showing in the video, but I've done all of them, all the way from up here, down, and around. So I think I'm just going to start drilling them. I'm going to leave these tension brackets still attached down here. They go there, just so it still kind of holds everything together until I'm fully ready to rip this thing off. So yeah, I'm just going to start drilling. We'll get everything undone after I know it's like ready to come off, and then we'll lay the both core supports next to each other and compare them. And then also I'll be transferring over like all these like plastic grommets and stuff like that will be transferred over too. So yeah, let's start drilling. Okay, so we were having a little bit of trouble, but I guess the center punch I was using wasn't strong enough, so I ended up getting this bigger one. But we got all these undone, as you can see. They're no longer connected all the way down here too. Yeah, so I'm just gonna continue along basically that way until they're all undone. So yeah. Okay, so I've gotten all the spot welds done. I kind of just skipped ahead. The card filled up and all that, but I've got all the spot welds undone. The whole thing's pretty loose. That side I've already kind of pulled forward. I undid both tension rod brackets, and I took the hinge off and everything. And I've already done, there's 2 grounds held in by a 10 mil, which is on the opposite side of this nut and identical. So the only thing that's left is 2 tack welds, not spot welds, tack welds right here. I tried like prying them off and stuff with a screwdriver, but they're like pretty on there. So I'm just gonna see if I can just rip the whole thing out and see what happens. So yeah. That went flying, like flying. Look at that. Okay, so we're just gonna start with like these plastic grommets. Yep. And then again, simple as that, take it, push it into the other one. There you go. So, pretty much, we're just gonna do that for all of them. There's like a whole bunch of other clips on that one that we'll then put on this one. We'll be getting all the old spot welds off with a grinder
And then after that's done, it'll be pretty much just primering everything just to get it so it doesn't rust even after we're even done the whole process, because there'll be some places that we don't take the primer off of. And then also getting these areas down here on both sides back flat enough that we can mount the new crash bar. And also replacing this tension rod bracket. And I don't know if putting the core support will be in this video or not. It might be in the next episode, but yeah, that's pretty much where we're at right now. So let's get started. Okay, so we're gonna start on this side. So there's 3 spot welds on the top right here that were left over. So pretty much it's just grinding them down so it's flat with the rest of the original metal. So yeah, just be careful not to go too deep, and I guess like over here if you don't want to touch the paint, just don't touch the paint, but I'll be primering everything so I don't think it'll matter too much. But yeah, you're just going to take a grinder and grind it smooth.
Okay, so I'm just gonna apologize in advance. The last clip I have was all the way back in February. It's now June. So the last clip that you would have just seen is the grinding off the spot welds. The reason I don't have anything after that is because it was literally like a week after that clip. I left the car for a little bit, and then it was just like one night after that, basically, which is us cramming the car back together, trying to get it back together, because the next morning after that night, I actually was trying to get it ready for a drift event. I still didn't even go to that drift event, but I was trying my best, so I didn't have the camera out, I wasn't filming. But yeah, the car was pretty much done after a week after that, so around February, it's now June. The car has completely changed. It's come a long way. It has gone through stages, but yeah, so the beginning stage, right after it was done, I'll show you a picture because I don't have a video of it. The car was just thrown together, zap strapped bumper on. The bumper wasn't painted. The lip was zap strapped on. It had my dumpy offset meshes. Still had all the rust on the hatch and the rear quarters, which I didn't even show, but it did have really bad rust in the rear quarters. Yeah, it still had all its older dents. Yeah, I'll show you a picture of that right now, what it went through. I still drifted it like that. The engine was running fine. It didn't seem to care. The body of the car didn't seem to care that it was in the crash. And then after that, it was pretty much just continuing everything and cleaning it up as I went. So yeah, so after that, we painted the bumper. I got a new set of wheels. I redid, like, I pulled out the camber in the rear, changed out the rear tow arms. We fixed 95% fixed all the rust. What else? We knocked out most of the dents, and yeah, it's come a long way. So I'm really excited to show it off. So, there you go. Okay, so here is the car. The front bumper is now finally painted and looking awesome. It doesn't match completely because I guess the original paint is slightly faded. And since I had to go with the champagne hood off my other car, I actually ended up doing the whole OEM Canadian kit off of it as well. So it's all champagne, so it kind of has a two-tone effect. But yeah, it's looking really good. So as we go around, so like all the champagne stuff is off my other car, and it's all the rear balance is, I guess, the only like real OEM Canadian kit part of it. But the Canadian kit comes with the side skirts, but everybody already knows those. So here's the wheels. They are XXR 531s, 15x8 0 offset. They were relatively cheap at the time when somebody was selling them, so I thought I'd pick them up. They actually look really, really, really nice, and I'm really happy with them. Yeah, I know they're XXRs, but hey, they work. Yeah, so there was a dent here from somebody backing into me right there, but we've knocked most of it out. It's popped in a little bit since we knocked it out, but it's doing pretty good. As we walk around, there's the kit. Yeah, I love the stock kit. Here we go. The hatch and the other rust is like, it's almost finished. So right now it's all patched, it's just not fully bondoed and painted yet. I actually just put these mud flaps on last night. But there's the rust that we cut out and patched with actually the old hood from this car that was all crumpled. So here is the rear balance. There's my exhaust. This is for OEM Hikers cars in Canada. I'm pretty sure the Canadian Hikers cars were the only cars that got it, but I could be wrong, but that's how much I know. Yeah, so more rust patching down here. Yeah, thanks. A lot of help from my dad. He's a really good at body work. There was a massive dent in the rear from the previous owner at a drift event. My dad knocked that out pretty good. I'll actually put a picture into what it looked like, because yeah, it looks pretty good now. Again, not everything's fully finished, but it's coming along quite nicely actually. These were the rust holes. These weren't rusted out, but I just duct taped them right now because there's metal underneath, but it's not fully sealed. So like, there's metal underneath there, but no more holes. I cut out all the rust, so it's actually not there anymore, but yeah. So yeah, hopefully this is pretty good because I'm pretty happy with it. The car is, I'm very pleased with how it turned out. Let's just put it that way. It couldn't have turned out better for the situation that I was in. So yeah.